graduation, I moved to DC. I knew that I wanted to work on public policy, and I knew I wanted to do something with social justice, but I didn't really know what that meant or what that would look like. I'd taken the LSAT, and I was determined that I would work for a year and then go on to law school, and we'd see from there. I kind of fell into a job working to end homelessness from a public policy perspective, and I really found a calling. I want to end poverty, but that's a pretty big, ambitious goal. But the idea of working on a small sliver of that on homelessness and really kind of drilling deep and seeing the impacts has been really meaningful for me and really, really fulfilling and rewarding. I put off grad school at first for 1 year, and then 1 year turned into 2, and then 3, and finally after 4 years, last August, I left my job to go to the Harvard Kennedy School of Government to get a master's in public policy. It's not a law degree, it's not what I thought I would be doing, but I don't regret it for a minute, and I know that this is what's right for me. I continually reference a lot of my experiences and what I learned from education, but the one that really comes up time and time again is the time that I spent studying abroad. I studied in Bologna, which was a fantastic program, but everyone who kind of studies abroad or even just is part of the Dickinson community and really has that focus on being trained as a global citizen gets a different kind of experience and a different perspective than most people do.
My background in sociology has been extremely helpful for me because I work in a multicultural environment. Not only am I working with colleagues who are, from countries all around the world, but I'm also working in different environments and different cultures, and having that background in sociology, having that background in understanding sort of how societies function and why certain societies are structured the way that they are, I think has been extremely helpful for me.
What I really gained from my time at Dickinson is a way of approaching problems and a way of thinking critically. It's about examining and understanding what the current approaches to a problem are, doing research and coming to understand those issues and the challenges before you, and then analyzing them and coming to a conclusion and taking action. When I was at Dickinson, I remember speaking with an alumni who really kind of changed my whole perspective on job hunting. He said, don't try to find a career. Don't try to find something that you're positive you'll love doing for the next 40 or 50 years. You won't be able to predict what it is that will make you happy for the next 50 years. Instead, think about what you can do for a year or 2, maybe 3 or 4 after graduation. Find something that you think you'll enjoy, that will make you happy, and where you feel like you can learn something. And in retrospect, the most interesting people I know have had a ton of different jobs. They've worked in different fields and different organizations, in different capacities. They've developed a huge number of skill sets, and that's really valuable to employers.
I was really focused on, during the summer, really just getting a job that would allow me to make money to go back to school and pay tuition. But it wasn't until one of my sociology professors, actually my sociology advisor, asked me to help him over the summer and be his intern on his research project, which was with conducting oral history interviews with adults living with cystic fibrosis. And once that opportunity became available to me, I realized that the summers could be a really interesting opportunity to gain experiences that I couldn't gain in the classroom, but also to apply some of the skills that I was learning in the classroom, in the real world in a job. And after that experience, I realized, wow, there's all these other opportunities out there for me.
I guess when I was at Dickinson, I kind of thought that if you wanted to work in public policy, you'd better work in public policy your whole life to prove that that's what you were and that's where your expertise was. But the truth is that there's really a value to come in and to switch disciplines or switch position types. It shows that you have different perspectives and you can approach a problem with completely fresh eyes. Employers don't care if you've worked in different jobs. I thought that they would want to see that you've been working in one field your whole life and had kind of slowly been advancing. but they like that maybe you've tried different things and looked at things from different perspectives. The social sciences are absolutely contributing to the development of the global economy. We are living in an increasingly globalized world, and we're facing increasingly globalized challenges. Political scientists and economists and sociologists and environmentalists and all of these folks who are expert in social science areas all have to work together, and the disciplines interact and they come together in crazy ways.
I would say, given my personal experience in the Peace Corps, as well as working in a very multicultural company, as well as in a very multicultural environment, I feel like one of the biggest things that you gain in the social science field is really this understanding of society and culture, and you're able to function so much better, in my opinion, in a multicultural environment.
People and institutions and countries are interacting in ways that no one had ever dreamed of 50 years ago, and they need people, they need bright people to figure out how to make those interactions work and to dream up the next wave of new interactions and globalization. As Dickinsonians, we understand what it is to be a global citizen, and they need people like us.